So I honestly did not think I would find 10 races for this category, but I miraculously did, so let's do a countdown on it. So, sometimes an unbelievable event will happen in a race where you see the driver in some sort of trouble, and then all of a sudden, he does well in the race. Sometimes even more successful than you can possibly imagine. Now, in that latter category, we call these spin and win races, where the driver spins out or gets crashed and then comes back to win the race. The same race. So, alright, let's have some fun with this one. Let's see how many of these you remember. This is Top 10 Countdown. Spin and win races.
Concerned the left rear fender might have been damaged a little bit. He asked Ricky Craven to look at it as there's all kinds of stuff going on. Kevin Harvick very low on the racetrack and down on the apron, guys.
Oh, can he save it? Oh, he's still out of shit. No, yeah, he goes solid. He wrecked for a mile, but he finally made it.
Oh, behind him, too. Hut Strickland and Jerry Nadeau and Brett Bodine have gotten caught up in it. Oh, that's Jimmy Spencer. I'm sorry.
That was still pretty good, boy. He hung on to that thing for a long time. And what happened was he got up the track and he bounced off. I didn't see who that he bounced off of.
Well, he went down on the apron at the start-finish line to try and pass Kurt Busch and somebody else 3 wide. That's what started the whole thing. Right. But he's come from well deep in the field. The team has played their strategy perfectly. The fuel is going to hold up, and Kevin Harvick is going to come to the start-finish line and take the checkered flag. His 3rd Winston Cup win. He wins the Tropicana 400 for a 2nd straight year.
You guys are the crap, man. Way to go, guys. Awesome job. Great call.
Jamie McMurray choosing that high line early, and around goes the 47, and Denny Hamlin also involved. A.J. Allmendinger, Denny Hamlin bringing out the first caution.
We talked about it at the top of the show where Denny Hamlin started. He started towards the back of the field. He worked his way up to 23rd, but when you put yourself behind like that, he didn't look like he had anything to do with the initial spin. It looked like it was A.J. Allmendinger who got sideways, but it's very hard, Jeff, for everybody to get slowed down. Fortunately for Denny Hamlin, it doesn't look like any damage.
Denny Hamlin down low on the track.
He was way on the bottom. I don't think the 47 ever saw he was there. He was so low getting into the corner. I just don't think that he knew he was there, and he just turned and went to go to the bottom and just had no idea he was going to be there.
What an incredible call for the 11 team to stay out. Denny Hamlin looking to punch his ticket into round 2 of the chase for the Sprint Cup.
It will not get to you.
Spotter letting him know, just hit your marks. You've got a comfortable lead. Denny Hamlin, Carl Edwards, Kurt Busch, but this time it's Hamlin that will win at Chicagoland.
International Speedway. Watch what happened just a few moments ago. These are the first 4 cars. That's Alex Barron in under Sam Hornish. The 10 car is Scheckter, and the 9 car is Dixon. Scheckter up high, and Barron through turn number 3. Touch wheels. Scheckter keeps it off the wall. Barron spins, but not only does he not hit anything, he gets the car going in the right direction, crosses a line, and doesn't lose a lap. And the crowd went wild. They were going 215 miles an hour when that happened. And a great job of driving by both Scheckter and especially Alex Barron. Wow. It was breathtaking.
Brand new Chevrolet Gen 4 engine being chased by Toyota. A Barron, Scheckter, Shaw, Dixon, and Takagi. Honda is in. Here we go. They go side by side into 3. Coming for the line. Coming for the flag. Hornets has got him by nose, but Barron now pushes ahead. Barron takes it. Right there in the middle of all that.
Man, that was awesome, guys. Thank you.
Alex, you bet it was. Oh, that was cool.
Ted Musgrave, Michael Waltrip, Jimmy Spencer, and Bobby Labonte are having a good race along with Bill Elliott.
And Rusty Wallace spins down in the corner.
In turn number 2, Wallace is down to the inside of the racetrack. I think another car made contact with him. Caution flag is out. And Rusty Wallace has a setback here in the early going. Does not lose a lap, but will have to fall into the rear of the field.
Tough right now. He will have to start 43rd. We were talking about Ricky Craven having to start 43rd. Now it's Rusty Wallace that's got to go back there.
Don't believe there's any damage to his race car. We saw it go by here. It didn't look like it was
He's there. He may have him here coming up. Oh, and a car in the wall is Ernie Irvan. Is there a caution? There will be, I'm sure. Yes, the caution is out.
It's going to be a race back to the line. Jeff Gordon will be back on the lead lap. But who's going to get back here first? Would it be Dale Jarrett or Rusty Wallace? This could be the end of the race.
7 laps to go when they come around. Oh, they've got Ernie right there in front of him. Here they come off the corner. Rusty goes low. Jarrett high. Who crossed the line? Oh, and Jeff Bodine was right there also.
He was in the mix as well, and Jeff Gordon now is still a lap down.
I thought Jarrett got to the line first. Of course, naturally, I see it that way.
Well, I did too, Ned.
Some pretty heavy contact to Ernie Irvan's car.
Yes, that car is blocking the entrance to the pit area off of corner number 4. And the championship of the Pontiac Excitement 400 is up for grabs here, and some smoke seen from Bill Elliott.
Rusty Wallace got a great start there.
Here he comes, Rusty Wallace to the inside of Dale Jarrett. They run side by side in the corner, and Rusty Wallace has the lead back. Now Jeff Bodine challenges Dale Jarrett for 2nd position down the backstretch.
Now, DJ was fast on the high side there right before that caution came out, but he's not fast enough now. He's battling for his life for 2nd.
Bodine and Jarrett make contact as Rusty Wallace pulls ahead by about a car length and a half. Next time around, they'll see the white flag. 1 more lap to go. Look at the battle for 2nd position. Back of the leader, Wallace again contact off the 2nd corner. Wallace heads for the white flag. 1 more lap to go. Bodine and Jarrett continue to pound on each other behind Rusty Wallace. All of that action is helping Rusty Wallace pull away from the rest of the field. It looks like he's going to be able to do it and win the race. The question is, who's going to finish 2nd? Now Jeff Bodine has pulled ahead of Dale Jarrett for 2nd position off of corner number 4, and Rusty Wallace wins the Pontiac Excitement 400.
We're back in Michigan, and we've just gone under the caution flag. In the Pepsi 400, Dale Jarrett got in trouble off turn 4.
See some damage to the left front, like, I don't know if he hit the apron of the racetrack or he made contact with another car.
I think, BP, that's from the grass. I think it folded in that left front valence, caved in that fender.
Bill Elliott brings the field back to the caution flag. First yellow of the race.
Here's the dim. See if we get a replay and tell us what happened to that fender.
Dale was running kind of in a pack of cars here. That's far right of the screen.
No, he just got loose. Just got the car loose.
And probably right there when that car, yes, right there when the car started straight ahead, I think that's when that fender went down, or valence went down and touched the ground.
There you see him trying to slide up. In front of that is Jeremy. And that probably could have taken the air off his rear spoiler, because when you're drifting up the racetrack like that, you're already sliding, and he came in front of Jeremy, and it may have taken the air off the rear spoiler and got him turned. It's more than likely what happened.
Now we see when the car gets turned around and start going back in the right direction, I think we're going to see the left front fender. Right there is going to be like a snow
This
plow.
day is going to be all about Dale Jarrett. Todd Parrott made the call. 4 fresh tires with 32 laps to go. He restarted 17th, powered his way through the field, took the lead for the final time from Jeff Burton with 5 laps to go, and now he wins the Pepsi 400 at Michigan. Stewart gets second. Look at him, 4 deep back there in the pack. That was for 15th place.
Ricky Rudd was almost in the gravel.
Sauter makes a good run off turn 2 and gets a hold to back of Kurt Busch. They'll fly by Nelson Piquet Jr.
Up the racetrack, contact made, 1-2. Nelson Piquet goes sideways. Nelson Piquet Jr. got up the racetrack, hit the 18. That brings the caution out again.
Going to have to chase that truck up the hill as he gets sideways.
Look at Jason White, had the same thing happen. You see trucks going by him. Nelson didn't let off when he made contact with Kurt.
Coming out of turn number 4. Does he have enough fuel to make it in front of Jason White? Coming to the checkered flag. It's Nelson Piquet Jr. winning at Michigan. Green flag flies. Lap 149 the restart. Just 2 laps of racing to go. Johnny Benson looking for his 5th win of the season.
Good restart by Johnny. He opens up about 2 truck points on Mark Martin. Got a good battle right there. Matt Crafton is on the outside of the 11 of David Starr. That's a battle for 5th.
Todd Bodine looking to keep the 23 of Johnny Benson in his sights as he's looking for the 2006 championship. Johnny Benson trying to do all he can to stay in contention. The white flag comes out, under a mile to go for Johnny Benson.
Watch this battle get down into number 1 for 5th. Look at Kyle Busch on the outside. Bob Truck fight for that 5th spot, Phil. Matt Crafton is going to emerge with it right now, but meanwhile, less than a half left to go.
Out in front, working his way through 3 and 4, Johnny Benson will win at Phoenix. He is going to come home, see the checkered flag, and win the Casino Arizona 150.
Okay, so in 2006, during the Phoenix truck race, my dad had to work early the next day, which means I wasn't going to be able to watch pretty much most of it, since WWE SmackDown was on at the exact same time. When the race started, Johnny Benson was on the pole. And then he spun going into turn 3 and had to go to the back of the pack and said, well, screw that, you can go to bed now. To my dad. So sure enough, when SmackDown ends about 2 hours later, I tune into the rest of the race, see the race with just about 10 laps to go, and see Johnny Benson leading, and he won the race. The next day, after Dad comes home from work, he comes right to me and says, who won the race? I just smiled, and his reaction was, you're kidding. And that's the story of Johnny Benson's Phoenix Truck Series win in 2006. Sorry I couldn't find the footage of him spinning in turn 3 and turn 4 on lap 1, but believe me, it happened.
Caution is out.
Oh, you can hear the tire flapping around. Must be a
Left rear.
It's a rear tire.
Left rear.
Yep.
Now we were about 8 to 10 laps away from what would be scheduled green flag pit stops.
Now if that thing flies apart, it'll rip that whole quarter panel off the car, so he's got to limp it back to the pits. Plenty of time here to get in and out of the pits. You can see the damage already done to the quarter panel.
Larry, what else could he tear up under there?
Well, the biggest thing I think is not destroying that body back there any more than it already is.
Tunnel turn.
Just going along, you can see the tire's soft, and here it comes flying apart. Not a whole lot you can do at 200 miles an hour. He's trying to slow down, even though it may not look like it, but man, he's really lucky that he didn't back that thing into the fence.
Very lucky. Now he's on the access road over in turn 3. He is almost to pit road now as we speak.
The pace car is just now coming off the onto the back straightaway, so he's got plenty of time to get to the pits.
Let's ride and listen with Denny Hamlin.
Now he has brought the car to pit road, and the pits are closed, but he can't afford to ride around out there on the racetrack. He can start at the end of the longest line, and that's a lot better than tearing your car all to pieces.
3 quarters, Denny Hamlin, white flag.
What an exciting day for him. Sets on pole.
Spins out while leading.
Routine kind of day.
Comes all the way back from 40th.
Look at him flapping in the wind, baby.
And he's still the fastest car on the racetrack.
On Friday, he qualified for the 2007 Budweiser Shootout, a race he won back in February. Another half a lap here, he will be in the 2007 Nextel All-Star Challenge at Lowe's Motor Speedway.
Yeah, he was already, you know, once you win that race, you were exempted from there on. You're in it at the Daytona, but you're not in the All-Star race, and this is going to do it for him because, guys, I think he might be an All-Star.
Denny Hamlin rolls off turn 3. And he joins Dale Jarrett, Bobby Labonte, and Tony Stewart as winners for Joe Gibbs Racing. Hamlin, the rookie, starts on the pole, falls to 40th, then wins the Pocono 500.
So I have two different Martinsville races tied for number 2. This first one, the driver battled back from a lap down after this.
And he's trying, and looks like he's going to position from Ward Burton out. Oh!
And around goes Andretti, and no caution yet.
And here comes the leader off the second corner, and John cannot get the car righted.
Right in front of the other, second, third, fourth, and fifth.
Right in front of Mark Martin.
Rusty Wallace had to take evasive action. As a matter of fact, Rusty lost 3 or 4 seconds to Jeff Burton, the leader.
So that puts John Andretti a lap down.
7 laps to go. Here he is on the inside. This could be a twofer weekend for the King. The truck race yesterday afternoon with Jimmy Hensley and John Andretti this afternoon in the STB Pontiac. Coming up on heavy traffic here. Could play a role in the outcome of this race. Johnny Benson just moves completely down on the inside, out of their way. He don't want to be a part of affecting the race, but look at those cars up there in front of the leaders.
Andretti a little loose coming off the corner, but stays right beside Jeff Burton.
These two guys are the absolute best of friends. Talking about John Andretti and Jeff Burton. Rick Mast just moves over, let these guys go.
5 laps to go.
We've got 2 cars in front of them side by side. Now Bobby Hamilton just moves over and lets them go.
Now they're coming up on the 13th place car, Sterling Marlin, who's still at the moment on the lead lap. John Andretti looks pretty good coming off the corner here. Wow, down to the line. They are just absolutely dead even.
Jeff Burton gets a little bit loose going in. Now what's the 40 car going to do? Is he going to move over, let them both go by? Yes, he does. Good. Yes, it was. But now we've got a steady stream of traffic along the way. Now Andretti does get the
He's got it. Yes, Andretti takes the lead off of corner 4 with 3 laps to go.
Wow, what a run for John Andretti.
He was a lap down earlier in the race, and he has come up through the traffic to take the lead. The last Petty Enterprises Winston Cup win was here in April of '79. 2 laps to go for John Andretti.
And Darrell Walton right in front of him. DW's in 12th spot.
Looking for the white flag. This is an unbelievable story. There were about 5 cars battling for the lead through the first 475 laps, and all of a sudden John Andretti drives through everybody to come on and take the lead. Here he is down the backstretch with less than half a lap to go to his second Winston Cup victory, and the possibility the 8th difference short track winner off of corner number 4. John Andretti wins the Martinsville Goodies Body Paint 500. An outstanding performance.
8 years earlier, another driver got involved in a spin 3/4 through the race this time, got some crash damage, and, well, you'll see.
Rusty takes a look. Rusty looks. And they touch.
Yank gets hit hard in the front end by
And so does Rusty. He spins.
Now Ricky Rudd beats Earnhardt back to the line.
And Rudd finally gets his lap back, but he's been trying to do almost all.
Fellas, there's a lot of cars. Morgan Shepherd has problems. I think that might have been smoke from Dale Earnhardt's car with Henry Rudd rubbing together. Morgan Shepherd got banged into something up there. And Hut Strickland got banged again. Of course, we saw Derek Cope involved, so a lot of cars involved here.
Well, the crew has a lot of work to do. As you see the front of what's left of the front of Harry Gant's Skull Oldsmobile. They're trying to peel some of the sheet metal away to get a look at the chassis parts. And if it's mostly cosmetic, that's not a problem, because as you saw before, Harry has won here at Martinsville with a pretty torn-up race car. They pull the sheet metal away. They'll send him back out to keep him losing a lap. He'll come back in here momentarily for him to use the air chisel to pull some more away and get a look at that right front.
Well, you know, we showed you a replay of his win back in 1982, and the car was all banged up. And it's looking about the same way right now.
Looks like that right front tire is going south and the car is going north. I mean, there's some pretty heavy damage to that car. So Harry Gant will not win his 4th in a row, I'm sad to say. Man, oh man, I could not believe this. I figured Harry Gant would be lucky to get back to the top 5.
Here's Gant with the white flags. One more lap to go for 51-year-old Harry Gant and his 4th consecutive Winston Cup win. We have seen history made here this afternoon, and what Harry has done. He puts the car into turn number 3. He now sees the checkered flag from Doyle Ford. Here it is. Gant wins the Goodies 500.
1982 was the year when Harry Gant drove this car to his first Winston Cup victory. Look at the damage on the right front of the race car right here at Martinsville Speedway in Virginia. Harry Gant driving the Skoll Buick to its first Winston Cup win. Now, this was today. The car looked fine until lap 377 when Rusty Wallace went to the inside of Harry in turn number 3. The cars came together. Harry spun around. Watch on the high side of the racetrack. The 15 of Morgan Shepherd runs into the front of the 33 car. There was a lot of damage to the front end, but he kept him on the lead lap, and Harry Gant won here this afternoon in absolutely unbelievable fashion.
All right, now I'm going to be honest with you. When you hear the term spin and win, only one race should ever come to your mind. And that's why it's number 1 on this countdown. So the obvious winner of this category is the 1985 Indy 500 performance by Danny Sullivan. Watch this.
Side by side, Sullivan has the lead. Danny Sullivan of Kentucky. And just at that moment, losing control of the car, doing a magnificent job of not hitting the wall and continuing in the race. It's unbelievable.
The incredible move maybe ever in Indianapolis, and Mario didn't hit him, Jim. That's even more incredible. Andretti subtly moving to the side like a fighter, taking a punch but letting it slip by him. Sullivan at 200 miles an hour recovering from that spin. You have to go back to Jim Clark in 1964-5, Jim, to get a move like that on this racetrack.
I've never seen anything like it on the Indianapolis racetrack.
Aerodynamic effects. Watch what happens. I'll bet you that as Sullivan gets in front of Mario, no, I'm dead wrong. It's running over that the white line. The very thing that he was doing that made him so fast, I think, tripped him in this one move. Yeah, Mario's too far back, I think, to have had a rear guard aerodynamic effect. But all right, now, Andretti faced with the moment of his driving life. He can't see where he's going. Fades slightly to the left by a miracle. Sullivan stays wide enough to the right, hits nothing, and we may have seen the most dramatic moment of racing, certainly that we're going to see this year. Incredible. At the moment that Sullivan starts to lose it, and look at how quickly these cars can get away, Jim. It's so quickly. Andretti is suddenly driving blind here as soon as the smoke starts to pour off Danny's tire. Mario, and this is with years and years of instinct, does the right thing. He didn't try to get between Danny and the wall. He went on the inside, which actually, although it looks easy here, in our shot, is the harder driving move to make because he had to pinch the car down instead of letting his car go wide. So Mario probably owes the fact that he didn't get involved in that crash to his years and years of driving and his perfect racing instincts.
So if either of those two drivers had been less talented or less experienced, that whole incident could have turned out much, much differently.
Oh, yeah.
The old
No
American hero will lose the race. The new American hero is Daniel John Sullivan III of Louisville, Kentucky, who has won the Indianapolis 500. Mario Andretti finishing second. Roger Penske, the crew chief. Now is the time to celebrate. They didn't budge a muscle until he had crossed the start-finish line, that yard of brick, for the last time.